Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I have a book haul video for y'all. These are some of the books that were reviewed online and on YouTube that I was intrigued by. Some of the books came from Second and Charles. Some were used, some came from Barnes and Nobles, some came from Amazon. And I started this haul probably October. Here is the first one. So this one is Deadly Harvest. This is by Michael Stanley. A young girl goes missing after getting into a car with a mysterious man. Soon after, a second girl disappears and her devastated father, Witness, sets out to seek revenge. So that's that. I don't know a whole lot about it. I want to go into it not knowing a whole lot about it, but this mask, I think that's what got me. And I got this from Second and Charles, I'm pretty sure. Okay. The next book is The Poisons We Drink. I'm sure y'all probably seen this by Bethany, who is this? Bethany Baptiste. I'm sure y'all seen that. It says, weaponize your love. Use it to protect you and those in your heart. It makes you brave to some and a monster to others, but not all monsters are monstrous. Okay. The next book, Sweet Heat. So I saw a lot of people reading Sweet Heat. I took this when I went to on my trip to Dominican Republic, and I don't know if it was the distractions that were around me, you know, being on the plane, and even while I was there, you know, in Dominican Republic, when I had time by the pool, I was just not able to just kind of grasp and hold on to this book. I don't know why, so I put it down. I only got to probably page 23 or so. So that's just the beginning. I'm gonna give it another chance, of course. So, you know, it's not a whole lot of books that I kind of DNF, but I'm gonna put this one to the side until I'm in the mood for it, and then I'll come back to that one. The next is Beverly Jenkins' Wild Rain. So I read Beverly Jenkins' book, Rebel, and that was probably my first book this year that I read. And when I tell you that I loved Beverly Jenkins' writing, loved it. So I have this one, White Rain, and I never used to be into like a romance kind of, you know, book kind of person. I wasn't that. Wasn't that. I was like, give me blood, give me some kind of murder or something like that. But Beverly Jenkins, her writing, she describes these people in such a way that is, I'm just like, oh, love. Okay. The next is Trees, Percival Everett. Okay, when a pair of detectives from Mississippi Bayou of Investigation arrive in Money, Mississippi, to investigate a series of brutal murders, they find at each crime scene an unexpected second dead body, that of a man who resembles Emmett Till. Okay, so a historical fiction kind of thing. We love that. The next is, let's see, this came from Second and Charles. Still got the tag on that one. The Chalk Man. So, 1986, Eddie and his friends are on the verge of adolescence, spending their days biking in search of adventure. The Chalk Men are their secret code. Stick figures they draw for one another as hidden messages. But one morning, the friends find a chalk man leading them to the woods. They follow the message, only to find the dead body of a teenage girl. Ready for that one. All right, I'm gonna go to the bag first, and I got a couple of boxes. So these came from Barnes and Noble. Okay, so this is The Model Home, River Solomon. And I'm sure everybody's familiar with that one. I'm just late reading that one probably. The next is, actually I got this from a little library. I was visiting my daughter in Mississippi, and I used to take my dog walking around the neighborhood, and I found a little library. So I actually took Feeding the Soul by Tabitha Brown, and I went back the next day and I took another book and put in there, a little library. So that's that. And then I've got S.A. Cosby, King of Ashes. I've read, I watched so many different review videos about that. I don't think I've ever read any of S.A. Cosby's books. So I'm excited to get into that. And now let me get into, this is Amazon. Let's see. Don't quite remember what this one was. Let's see. Oh, Dream Count by, what is it, Chimamanda? I'm not going to even try it. Let's see. Nigerian writer living in the United States, alone in the midst of pandemic. She recalls lovers. Dream Count. She trains her fierce eye on these women in sparkling transition. No. Okay, that ain't got nothing to do with that. Anyway, can't remember what this was about. Sure, I saw a review on it. Sure, I thought it was good. So I'm going to go with that. Okay. And the last Amazon box. Let's see. Oh, yes. This is the one that I was actually going to open this box up before I made the video, because I'm so eager to read this book because of the reviews that I have saw. And I am ready. These Heathens, I'm so excited to read this. So I primarily held off on making this video and reading this book basically until I made this video. So I have pretty much hit my goal. I didn't have a big goal for the month of, for the year of 2025 on how many books I wanted to read. And it's nowhere near as close as anybody's. But now that I'm working a little less, you know, I'm going to increase my reading level, yeah, as far as how many books I read. I'll go through those, the ones that I have read and listened to on audiobook and Libby and Hoopla next month, or the month of December. But this is going to definitely go in my December read. Yeah, December read. It's, if I can recall, it's about a young lady who gets pregnant. I'm not sure who she gets pregnant by, but evidently it's kind of like shunned upon because she may be a church girl, and she leaves and goes to Atlanta. And what she's known about people, I guess, being heathens or whatever, she goes to Atlanta and she realized that everybody is not like they were where she was brought up on and what she was thinking how they were. And she is enlightened to a whole new world in Atlanta. So looking forward to that. So we shall get into that. So that is my book haul from October to now. And I shall dive into these, and I'll catch y'all on my next video. Thank you. Bye.